turn this up. Look, my volume be trying to mess with me. Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to the Gentleman of Crypto, episode 161. Today is Monday, May 7th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish.
Oh, yeah.
All right, before we get started, who won the free Bitcoin last week?
All right, so our free Bitcoin winner is TS. Thank you for your comment on the video, basically saying, should people be allowed to sue companies or exchanges based on their practices, because centralization versus decentralization, should it be open economy, or should you still have some of the same rules from before to help? They made a great comment that Mt. Gox people should have had the right to sue, some of the Tezos people that are trying to sue, and even coming up, Ripple, it looks like some people are saying they may get a few people to sue them as a security. So good comment there.
I saw that come out.
Yeah, so I mean, if people have a gripe, I believe, depending on your country, you should be able to sue. However, we'll see how it irons out in the crypto space, because there may be a totally different way to sue crypto companies than it is someone else. Because if it's not a security, if it's not recognized by the government,
I just had a terrible joke.
Yeah,
it's called a bullet. But, I mean, that's really how wars happen. You know what I mean? I'm not even being funny. That's the way to sue.
But in the open market, that's what it is. It's like, you do good business or else. So thank you for that comment, and I already sent you that free Bitcoin. Appreciate it.
So we are suing. Is that what that was, or is that what we're doing?
No, I said it's good to sue if it's a part of the government, but it's not recognized by government.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, right.
Since you can't recognize it. I mean,
can't have your cake and cake and eat it too.
Yeah, can't have your cake and eat it too. Everybody's trying to do that now. Have their cake and eat it too. Like, let's keep these rules, and you're gonna come to that crossroad, and you gotta make a choice at some point. But looks like a lot of people are starting to make the right decision. We'll see.
There we go. See everybody flooding in. What's going on, Sergeant Crypto, Tessa Hall? Good morning.
Oh yeah.
Malik Howard. Hello. Everybody flowing in. T Gates 33. Thanks for subscribing. We just got you in here. All right, so slow news cycle over the weekend. Looks like everyone in the crypto community was out celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Of course, the running joke was Americans want a wall, but also wants to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I thought that was a pretty funny joke.
Hey, that's America for you.
But also, it happened again, people. Our apologies. We went off on the weekend. We left the gate open, and this time 3 dinosaurs escaped. Of course, repeat offenders. We keep seeing them over and over again. Usually they escape by themselves. It looks like this time they finally hatched a plan to leave the compound together. No worries, we've caught them. We've identified the dinosaurs, and we're gonna go ahead and start talking about them ASAP. Hold on, let me make sure this article cam is right. Boom, there we go. And our first dinosaur, of course, is Warren, as Bitcoin Zay will call him, Buffett.
My man.
And of course, the browser camera isn't working. There we go. Warren Buffett. Charlie Munger, I guess that's his partner in crime. That's like his VP or something that works for him.
That's bunk bed mate.
Yeah, Charlie Munger doesn't even get a dino roar, because he's like, I didn't even know who he was for his article.
Yeah.
But Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger slammed Bitcoin again, resort to elementary school insults. Helen Parks was the editor or the writer of this story. Great title. Elementary school insults is what they did resort to. Billionaire investor and Berkshire Hathaway's chairman and CEO Warren Buffett reiterated his negative stance toward cryptocurrencies at the annual meeting of his company's on Saturday, May 5th. Buffett repeated his idea that cryptocurrencies will come to a, quote, bad ending, and claimed that Bitcoin is, quote, probably rat poison squared, according to CNBC, whatever that means.
What kind of insult is? What kind of 1930s insult is?
for one, let's just point out the obvious. We all talk about charts and trending and all that good stuff. Well, here's a chart on this. He seems like somebody very familiar around the same time last year, maybe a few months off, but I remember last year around August, July, August, September time frame, there was Dinosaur Diamond talking about how bad Bitcoin was and reiterating his stance at all his, everything he wanted to go speak at, all the events he wanted to go speak at, reiterating his stance. Warren Buffett is doing the same thing as Jamie Dimon last year, people. He passed baton off. Jamie's like, listen, these guys are really going to try to give me a heart attack. I don't need that in my life, all right? It's your go. Warren says, you know what?
I'm on my way out.
Exactly. I was about to go there.
Okay.
I'm on my last leg. You know what? Honestly, ironically, it might be the last leg of the race, actually.
Ain't nobody gonna
because the old guys
Oracle. Ain't nobody gonna say that.
Nobody but us, because I'm going to give it to you raw. What else he say? Basically, he's quoted as saying, of course, this is the Oracle Omaha. He said investors are saying that this is just a get rich quick scheme. Bitcoin, that is going to come to a bad ending after euphoria wears off. And his vice chairman Charlie Munger echoed his criticism by saying someone else is trading turds, and you decide I can't be left out.
Who would care about being left out of trading turds? Like these insults at this point are them basically saying the worst things they can come up with. Because like I said, their jokes are as old as their financial policy.
Too funny.
Good gracious. Who? Rat turds.
Oh, here it was.
What was the other one? Rat poison, sorry.
Right.
Turds.
Rat poison square.
And rat poison square. And then I think he also said it's akin to trading baby brains.
Oh my goodness.
What? Who? Charlie Munger, wherever you are, dude.
Right.
Listen to yourself.
This is what happens when you live in Nebraska too long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Listen to yourself when you speak on something that has been obviously battle tested. If it was as fake as everybody says, like we said, it would have been gone. I mean, it would have been gone with Mt. Gox, Silk Road, the government's, selling the Bitcoin. It would have been over. Like, if it could be taken out. So their comments, in my opinion, are the battle of old versus young as well. It's not just
the flippening is officially happening when two of the wealthiest people in the world have something to say about it. People, do you understand how big that actually is?
If it didn't matter, you wouldn't say anything. It wouldn't matter to you.
Sergeant Crypto said one of the subsidiaries of his investments, as Warren Buffett, just made Bitcoin. Wow. Yeah. Also, Warren Buffett was saying, where is it? I just had the quote up. He said, according to Buffett, a Bitcoin is not a productive asset, unlike land or corporate shares. I saw somebody in the comment section make a great point, basically talking about diamonds. They're like, diamonds aren't a productive asset either. There's no reason to have diamonds. In fact, it causes wars and slavery and all this other stuff.
Actual bad shit.
But people still trade it.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting? We kind of talked about Warren Buffett before, but let's kind of go into his history, because far too many people see the dollar sign and equate genius with it. Warren Buffett isn't a genius, all right? I'm going to just throw it out there. Warren Buffett received money from his dad when he was like 13 years old. His dad taught him how to invest, and he made money that way. So by the time, fast forward, he's in his 20s, he already has money. He's been investing with his dad's hand since he was 13. From that point, he had more money. And what did he do? He started a company, and he hired other people who are very smart at analyzing trends and charts and markets. He hired them to do the investing for him under his company. Now, because of that, and these people like Munger, who is his VP, his chairman, whatever, he's hired all these people who have built a multi-billion-dollar company really just from investing in some blue chip stock when it was made. Yeah. I mean, hey, if my parents or my grandparents, since is actually his grandparent, was he 80-something probably? Let's see, my grandfather wasn't running from lynchings in the South. I'm sure he would have had enough money to invest in IBM in 1913 or wherever as well and be a billionaire today.
Yeah.
He did not do anything that smart, people.
Or the information.
Like, you know what I mean?
How many people have a father that could sit down and teach them how to invest or trade?
Right.
Like, this is before the computer. This is before you had a lot of education that spread around from different countries. This is literally like either your parents taught you or your teacher did, and if it didn't go between them, you didn't find out about it.
He got in on blue chip stocks, early on because he had money.
Yeah.
Who has money when they're 13 years old to invest in stocks?
Yeah, exactly.
But another thing, even bigger, to prove my point that this guy isn't who you really think he is. He's just a very wealthy man because he started early, had advantages that a lot of other people did not have. In the same sentence of him talking about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, as you see the headline here, Warren Buffett says he missed out on Amazon and Google. People, this should tell you everything you need to know. How are you a multi-billionaire with endless resources? You want to know what the top 10 wealthiest people in the world?
All the research.
You can throw money in every direction if you want to. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why would you not throw money at Amazon and Google when it came out? It makes no sense. It's because you're actually not that good at what you do.
He doesn't believe in tech stocks.
You're not smart.
We keep telling people this.
You keep investing in corn or sawdust or sawmill, wherever you all do in Nebraska. Shout out to all my Nebraska folks for real. But seriously, I mean, this guy, like you said, he doesn't know tech. He doesn't understand it. This isn't in his lane. He said it before. He doesn't invest in things he doesn't understand. So it's kind of confusing to me why he's speaking about something he doesn't understand as well.
Yeah,
makes no sense.
Yeah, this is basically the when they bring on the guest on ESPN, and it's like a former basketball player and they ask him football questions.
Right.
I mean, he was an athlete. He like Buffett. He is a trader, but it's totally different. He wasn't involved in it. He didn't play it professionally. He didn't, actually quote unquote believe in it to play it. So it's like with Buffett, when people see his name, they attribute it to all trading.
Right. He's the smartest person in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's totally different. Dude, he started early. He started in 1913, 1920, whatever year it was.
Obviously.
With his dad's money and his dad's guidance. People like. That doesn't take a genius, all right?
It doesn't take a genius.
It does not take a genius.
Come on, man.
I mean, granted, if we had kids right now and we gave them some money and started them up investing, I guarantee you by the year 2100 or whatever, they will be multi-billionaires. You know what I mean? It's
just like I'm gonna teach my kids in the year 2090, whenever they get older, I'm gonna be like, look, when you get Buffett's age, don't go around bragging like you were so smart. I taught you how to trade Bitcoin, and I gave you your first ones to start. So always stay humble. But yeah, this is why you get the roar, man.
Yeah. So Warren Buffett, Munger, and of course Bill Gates. We're gonna give you one now. You know we're gonna talk about you after this. Let's go ahead and give him that loud roar. Oh, the screams!
I need to hear it.
This is 2 more for all 3 of them. That is literally the noise they made. I mean, come on. This guy held a conference. What was it?
Yeah.
He held a conference. Was it his investor conference? And he bashed something that he doesn't even trade.
Yeah.
But it's not important. It's not important, but 2 of the wealthiest men in the world are talking about it. 3 actually, 'cause I'm sure that vice chairman making a lot of money. But yeah, so next article, Bill Gates. This title is kind of off. That's not exactly what he said. He basically said he would agree to short Bitcoin if there was an easy way to do it. That's what Bill Gates said. People, if you're in the crypto market, you know there are multiple ways to short Bitcoin already.
People proceeded to put the BitMEX link right under his.
Yeah. Somebody said the BitMEX referral link.
Yeah.
You have BitMEX, you have CME and
Kraken.
SIBO, you have Kraken, you can do futures. It's many ways to short Bitcoin. So, to be fair, at this point, Bill Gates is definitely playing the game because the powers that be told him if you don't, because we all know Bill Gates and Microsoft is in bid with NSA just about since their inception. He gives over all your information to the government. He is one of the same, and I'm sure, like you said, he got a tap on the shoulder. They like, look, whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna say what we tell you to say. But the reason why I think he's actually, just kind of going along with it because he made that statement. I would agree to short if there's an easy way to do it. If you don't know that you can short Bitcoin, then we were really not listening to you. You're really a dinosaur. Like, what are you talking about? But
if I could do it, yeah.
To kind of go back on Bill Gates, from his first comments on Bitcoin years ago, he was pro Bitcoin. He said Bitcoin is the future. It was going to change the world. X, Y, and Z, blockchain tech. That was Bill Gates. As to his last comments was a few months ago, and then even to right now, people. He said this at the same conference as his investor buddy Warren Buffett. He was at his conference where he said the comments. He can't go against Warren Buffett in there in bed together with business and all this other stuff. He has to say the negative stuff, so he did. And of course, he's saying right here, as an asset class, you're not producing anything. You shouldn't expect it to go up. It's kind of a pure greater fool theory type of investment. He said, again, these are the same talking points Warren Buffett used, as well as Warren's lapdog that works for him as well, or his VP, excuse me.
Yeah, and it's a good point. Someone on Facebook actually said, Kevin Hodges, said Bitcoin became valid forever when the U.S. government seized and auctioned them off.
That's true.
Because, like we said before, if they received a payment for something, then it is an asset. It's not a turd. It's not rat poison squared.
Right.
And it's funny because Bill Gates,
unless you are selling turds to the American people, is that what the United States government is doing?
To that? Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
No, you can't have it both ways. Like
both ways. And it's like they cross wires. Like Warren Buffett is a trader talking about like tech. Right, and then Bill Gates is a tech person talking about trading. Like
that is funny. They are switching wires.
Like, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah, but that is weird.
Yeah, but
that is weird.
I don't get that. But
a tech person is talking about trading, and trading person is talking about tech, and no one knows what they're talking about.
Nobody knows what they're talking about. Yeah, just ask each other. What you? And then I saw a tweet too. A guy was saying it was really good. It was like if both of them were young, Bill Gates would be starting a blockchain company, and
that's true.
Buffett would be investing in Bitcoin. Like it would be. To me, like we said, it's young versus old. The old way of thinking, especially when you're worth billions, why would you change?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand. I mean,
I would just keep my mouth closed.
I have, I got between the two of them, maybe 5-7% of the global resources, as far as financially.
Yeah.
And if Bitcoin and crypto is what it's supposed to be, then literally overnight, I can see everything. Well, it was a joke that I think it was either Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock did back in the day, where it's like if Oprah woke up or Bill Gates woke up with Oprah money, he'll jump off. He'll kill himself. So I get it. He's like, you know what? They're worth like what 70 billion. Together they might be worth like 120, 130 billion. Really knows? If Bitcoin is real. And that number doesn't matter anymore. I would not want that to happen either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because if your fiat money doesn't matter that much, yeah, exactly.
But Bitcoin J, exactly. The jig is up. I smell collusion. Here's my issue with people like this. People like Dino Diamond, even some of the governments and regulators saying these negative, false statements without any factual evidence. The issue is this is showing you how corrupt the system is.
Yeah.
This is corruption at its finest. I mean. And these are the same people, especially Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, who want to talk about moral high roads. And Warren Buffett wants to leave all his money behind, so he says. Yeah. And Bill Gates are starting these foundations, even though they're kind of masked for a lot of government testing going on in other countries as well, if you want to go down that road. But these are the people who always try to preach about taking the moral high ground. And here they are lying to people, again, without any factual evidence, just completely lying, completely being corrupt. But also are the same ones that everyone should listen to because they have a lot of money.
Yeah, get out.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's a new day, folks. You don't have to listen to these people
day,
anymore. They don't know what they're talking about.
Man.
This is one of the only times, not just money-wise, education-wise, you can know more about crypto than the so-called smartest people in the world right now. Just do some good studying for a few months, and you'll know more than these guys. So, yeah, that's good to see, in my opinion. These guys getting out of here. They're getting themselves out of here by talking.
That's pretty funny. Madam Crypto said Warren is older than the airplane. Sit down, sir. That's actually pretty true. Yeah. If you came before the airplane, I'm not paying any attention to you unless it's a history lesson on wars. That's something you might know about. But
yeah, exactly.
All right. Next up, we had to get those three out the way. I mean, I couldn't believe they said it, but of course, it was never security, Ethereum under the regulatory spotlight.
Really?
Now, you're telling me that Ethereum, this whole meeting, the SEC and CFTC was supposed to have today, didn't happen.
Oh yes. So this is what's going on right now. First, we have
thank you
an
for
announcement.
The tip.
Oh yeah, thanks for that tip.
Was that Crypto Tide? Thank you.
Appreciate that, Crypto Tide. First, we have the announcement that the SEC is holding a meeting to determine if Ethereum is security, which, you know, that has a lot to do with the ICOs and a lot of the other altcoins down the road. Then we get to today. There's nothing on the SEC website.
Right.
There's no announcement of the meeting. We hear that it may be just a regular scheduled meeting.
Yep. Ellie said the same thing. Yep.
Yeah. And the thing is, if it was fake news and it was pushed out by certain places like Wall Street Journal, it was
we know is now fake news.
Exactly.
Unfortunately,
it was a lot of publications pushed it out that there was a meeting, so to say, about where the Ethereum securities. Now, what I will say is two things. One, we don't know if this meeting was legit and it's just secret and it just kind of leaked out.
Right.
And then for two, if it is a fake meeting and they didn't have this meeting at all, it was just something thrown out there, then there may be people that may sue or look to sue some of these publications because they're literally putting out fake news. It's as fake as it gets. If they put out this meeting today about Ethereum and then there's no meeting and nobody rescheduled, nobody said anything about it, well, this has lost a lot of people money because, I mean, over the last day or so, I think every single coin has taken at least a 5% dip simply because of doubt in the market. So,
oh yeah, Ethereum meeting. You got Warren Buffett, Bill Gates. I mean, you're telling all these people everything.
Yeah.
The FUD machine's in full force. But I was gonna say with some of the news and the fake news, some of them have actually been rebranding themselves as entertainment, so they can get away with it. Yeah. But it was a commenter, or no, somebody on Twitter made a great point about Ethereum, and it got retweeted a bunch of times. I think we retweeted. I can't remember. But they were basically saying, if Ethereum, which is, by the way, we're talking about something from 2014, again, our bureaucrats, our government, and other governments around the world are trying to come in for Ethereum, for example, which is a global platform. It's not just United States platform, but for whatever reason, United States regulators taking it upon themselves to take the charge on it. But from something from 2014, that shows you how slow they are on all of this, people.
Took them 4 years.
These are not the people we want to listen to. These are the people, if anything, we want to fire right now. Yeah. The Twitter comment made a great point saying that if Ethereum actually is a security, wouldn't it be Ethereum Classic, since that's the real Ethereum?
Yeah.
And Ethereum has already been forked off. So where does that leave the forks now?
And then
they are not ready for that conversation. They're gonna be like, fork? That's probably why the meeting got canceled.
Yeah. And
somebody brought that fork up and they was like, wait, what?
And
Ethereum Classic is the one they should be debating.
Because
not
that's the
Ethereum.
original chain. That's all the original.
Ethereum Classic is the one to be debated. That is crazy.
And honestly, if say, for example, they come out and say anything is a security. If they say ICOs, Ethereum, every single coin can fork to something else and then name themselves
everything's just fork.
And then what is it now? Because if Ethereum forks itself and then names itself so totally different, just forks off and calls itself hash browns or something like that, whatever, then what are you going to do? Prosecute hash browns coin now? Or what do you, like, I don't know what you do. Then what if they have an airdrop for everybody that holds this coin? You get free vault.
They still don't get it. They still don't get
understand.
You will not stop it. It's too late.
Yes. And on top of that, it's hard to prove that it's a security when it is a utility token, so to say, because as soon as people start bringing up that,
Freddie, thank you.
We've invested in Ethereum to trade it. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll look at it. But then there's other people that's like, I bought Ethereum so that I could use it for my company, so that I could pay for smart contracts, or so I could run CryptoKitties, whatever people have. So how are you going to tell a company that no, you can't buy Ethereum because it's security when they're using it as a utility? Same thing with tokens like BAT, Basic Attention Token. I mean, it's a lot of tokens, invest fees token. If you use them for the platform, it's kind of hard to say it's a security when you could literally just buy it just to use for that. So good luck, SEC. If the meeting was fake.
And then I mean, let's go to some of these games now. Let's talk about literally video games, mobile games, and all these games who have already had tokens in place that are now trying to convert to crypto tokens, but have already had some type of tokens or reward system.
Yeah.
So what are these not securities now?
Yeah.
You're promising a stake in something, but these you can redeem them for cash value for other prizes, but these aren't securities. Like, where does it stop at?
On my VC tokens now, because honestly, I mean, if you want to make the case that I bought the VC tokens from 2K with the thought of making money later, y'all could make that case because I bought it so I have a good player, and then I get drafted by a 2K league, and now I'm making money. That $100 investment got me $30K a year.
I want to go ahead and throw it out there for the new viewers. We've said it once many times before. We'll say it again. 2018 will be the year President Trump says something about Bitcoin and crypto.
Has to.
They have to at this point because they have no clue what they're dealing with. I mean, literally just that whole it's a forked off chain destroys their whole argument of security. And of course, people. Here's a bigger thing to remember: the only reason they want to label it as security is so they can get a cut.
So
they want the money. Yeah, they want the money from it, which is like, again, it is corruption in our face. But hey, how about those Kardashians? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, why would this matter?
We've always said this too. We was like, one thing I think holding them back too is say they do deem it a security. Say they do try and say Vitalik has been doing something illegal.
Russia going back.
Russia is going to let them just snatch Vitalik and say no, you can't.
You're not going. You're not going to. What's it called? You're not going to get him on a plane back.
Yeah, nah.
Like that's
It's a bigger game going on, people. That's what we want you to see. Because if you haven't seen corruption in the regular, we were discussing this earlier today. Most people didn't know how the money system worked before crypto. The Federal Reserve, how banks have margin and leverage, all of that stuff. So once people start figuring out crypto, and then you see how crypto actually works, and then you see news, you're like, what? This doesn't make any sense. Just take that information, relay it to your regular life before crypto. Yes, these people go on TV, lie to your face, and then go right back and do the exact opposite.
Listen, you talk about
it's not a big deal to us because I mean we all know most of it's fake. So in the crypto world, just confirmed it.
For our United States-based warriors, we literally need to self-regulate ourselves before other countries do it for us. That's what's really going on. Yeah. The American population needs to self-regulate ourselves, even if that means purging some of these people out of their positions or calling for boycotts, i.e. the Berkshire Hathaways with the Buffetts or some of these regulators who are literally just trying to steal in front of us. I mean,
trying to take your Bitcoins. It's
ridiculous.
Don't let them go.
And then one more time, I just want to give a shout out to Crypto Ty and Freddie O. Much appreciated for those tips. Thank you. All right. Of course, what else do we have going on today? Oh, new head of South Korean financial regulator notes positive aspects of crypto. This is a very important story because if you remember, was it a month or two or 3 months ago, about December, January? What happened around that time with the last South Korean financial regulator?
Well, the last regulator woke up dead. He basically just he went to sleep with the decision to either regulate cryptocurrencies tougher or to relax the regulations. Somebody didn't give him a choice, and or allegedly somebody didn't give him a choice, and he woke up with a heart attack and passed away that next day.
You gotta be watching Blacklist now. I don't know.
Hey, yeah, I was saying I gotta watch Blacklist, so you never know. But yeah, so he passed, and a lot of the people in South Korea, they've petitioned, they've had rallies, they've actually very strong crypto community, and this new financial regulator came in and saw all of this and realized, hey, I should take a step back, realize this is important to a lot of people, especially they have more than a third of all of their all people under the age of 35 using crypto.
Oh, wow.
Very important for their economy.
I didn't even know it was that big.
Oh yeah, 33% of South Koreans under 35. So when you talk about the next 10 years, this is who's running your economy. So you definitely got to relax those standards, at least work with crypto exchanges. And honestly, in my opinion, this is great because
learn from the first guy.
Learn from the first guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, all right, clearly they want this and we're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And kind of speaking on too, it was a new, what was it? We just thought about TV shows. I don't want to forget. They mentioned Bitcoin.
Oh, billions.
Yeah. Our developer, Justin Estrada, shout out to him, people. He's a great developer. You all can contact him as well. I'm sure he'll leave his info down in the comments for any work in the space. But it was another show. He said they did a whole show on it.
Oh, the Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley. They did a whole show on, was it ICOs or something?
Initial coin offerings. Yep.
There we go.
Had a great quote on one guy, and he was talking about he defends currency, something like privacy and marijuana, something like that. But cryptocurrency is definitely a big part of that show, is a part of billions. My man handed him a Ledger Nano. That's what I'm talking about, with $1 million on it.
There we go.
Yeah, it's all over TV now. So.
And last but not least, NBA superstar Steph Curry is now the first celebrity CryptoKitty. Another North Carolina person too. Yeah. Shout out to Steph.
My boy Steph.
If you all don't know, first of all, Bitcoin's this is a serious thing. Bitcoin's
I don't tell the story often.
Listen,
nobody believes me.
He might have schooled Steph Curry back in the day. People where everybody's in them same AAU teams. All right,
not saying it.
People got the DVDs and tapes now. All right.
I'm saying is, when we were 13, I was the only person shooting threes and turning around before they went in. And we played it, and we've got co-MVP in the summer camp. And then next thing you know, he in the NBA doing it. I might have changed the NBA.
Our paths are about to meet again.
And we'll come back.
Our paths are going to meet again on the crypto tip. Steph Curry has developed some CryptoKitties. Of course, you all know about the CryptoKitties that came out late last year. They did, crazy amount of numbers. Some CryptoKitties were being sold for up to 100K or so. But it looks like his company, was called Moji, I believe. Yeah. They're launching their own CryptoKitties. A series of Steph Curry CryptoKitties, and there will be 3 exclusive ones. I know CCN actually had the pictures. One is actually Steph Curry in a chef spot. Let me see if I can get it actually. Chef Curry. Another one was, what was it?
There's a few more they're bringing out too, yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. But shout out to Steph Curry. I mean, forward thinker and to be on the forefront of technology.
Yeah,
of course, my computer's going to
that company Moji, that's a good one to have. Great to have for kids who love emojis. I mean, that's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Right.
And then when you merge it with CryptoKitties, like we said, the CryptoKitties fiasco from earlier with the scaling problem, everybody was like, see, Ethereum doesn't work. See, CryptoKitty. And then boom, here we go. Another development. I'm sure they'll get the scaling together. And there should be some high demand because, I mean, if people were buying regular CryptoKitties. I mean,
and if he wins this, once he wins, I ain't gonna, once he wins this year, I'm sure that Curry CryptoKitty. I mean, I want to see how many other NBA players do it after him if they find out how much he can make off it. Yeah,
this might be the new collectible cards. I mean, when I was younger, I had thousands of basketball and football cards. Imagine kids now; they got a Steph Curry CryptoKitty, a LeBron one. Basically, I don't know for bragging rights or whatever, but it's kids. If you have something where they can use it, learn about cryptocurrency early. You definitely can have a big industry with that. So
get that Chef Curry,
my man Steph.
There we go. Big shout out. That's huge. I mean, first person in NBA who really goes strong on the crypto as far as at least the mainstream. I'm sure some other people are out back. But then again, that's also that Golden State. People, Golden State right there in Silicon Valley. Come on,
Ecuador.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of them on that team are investing in all this good stuff.
They all got Bitcoin, I heard. So yeah, definitely.
All right. For the free Bitcoin today, I can't even say that right. For the free Bitcoin today, what are we doing?
All right, so for the free Bitcoin, the May 7th today meeting that was supposed to happen between the SEC, do you think it was fake news? Do you think it was a private meeting? And if so, if it was fake news, do you think anybody should be sued or held liable, like Wall Street Journal or whoever, Bloomberg? Let us know. Put your public address, and we'll send you that free Bitcoin.
There we go. Shout out Steve G says pure FUD created by a reporter for the Wall Street Journal. He should be sued.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, people, I'm telling you, if you take out tar and feather, all right, if you bring that back, a lot of stuff what we see will stop, all right? Yeah. No one wants to get tar and feather. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be like, I mean, at most it might be with like an aggravated assault. It's not going to be a felony, people.
Give him a wedgie.
Give him a wedge. Give him a little swirly, something, all right? We need to just... Yeah, we got to do something to bring this back in place. And again, shout out to Crypto Ty and Freddie O for the tips. We definitely appreciate that.
Oh,
you all know you can find us on Google Play Music, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, app, iHeartRadio, and tune in. Make sure you leave a review there. We don't care what you leave. Just leave something. We greatly appreciate it. Other than that, I guess that's slow news day. We'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully some of this FUD wears off. But I think if you have Warren Buffett and what's the other guy? Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
I don't even remember
Munger.
you dinosaurs' names anymore. If we got Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Munger dude doesn't matter, and the Wall Street Journal all in cahoots on Saturday and Sunday, I'm sure we'll have more FUD this week. I mean, it's just one of those things where, like, come on, who's going to get the baton this week? Mm-hmm. We can't wait to talk about it. Thanks for watching or listening on our podcast, and we will see you all tomorrow at 10ish. Cheers.